Arsharae, and I'm back with another video. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, before you do anything else. Like, pause the video right now and subscribe to my channel, because you do not want to miss any of my videos. Make sure you click that notification bell so you will be notified every time I upload a video. If you have been to my channel before, welcome back. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. All right, let's get into this video. This is Family or Fiance, episode 15. Okay, so this episode is about Courtney and Justin. And Courtney, basically they met 3 years ago, and they were talking, and they were saying how he used to work in a deli, and she was like she would never date anybody that worked in a deli, but he said he put his charm on her, and he ended up with her, and they are together. So obviously something worked in his favor. They live together, but they are practicing abstinence, and I was like, what? And Tracy was like, huh? And everybody's like, really? So, but they say they're practicing abstinence, and that they are waiting until marriage. And Tracy asked Justin how he felt about that, and was it a choice that he made, or was he kind of forced to do it? And he said he was kind of forced to do it by Courtney. Courtney kind of forced him to do that. So they basically talk about everything that's been going on, like always. They talk about their family's concerns and how their families feel about it, and basically like her family feels like she can be controlling, and they want to make sure that Justin has a backbone and that he isn't just letting her control everything. And her family feels like she doesn't want to have, his family feels like she doesn't want to have a relationship with them. So these are their concerns. Tracy tells Courtney that since she doesn't really have a relationship with Justin's mom, and his mom hasn't been involved in the wedding planning, they are going to go cake tasting, and Justin's task is to cook dinner with Courtney's family. So they meet with the families. That's the first day. Their families are giving their concerns, and I basically told you what those concerns are. Tracy's family feels like, Courtney's family, I keep saying Tracy. Courtney's family feels like she's controlling, and Justin needs to have a backbone. And Justin's family feels like Courtney is not interested in having a relationship with them, and she is too headstrong, and Jason should be leading and not her. So on the way to the cake tasting, Justin's mom is trying to talk to Courtney, but Courtney is only giving her one-word answers. She's like all on the door of the vehicle, like praying that the door don't open and she fall out of the car, because that is how close she is onto the door or whatever. When they get to the cake shop, they're basically like kind of trying to hash out what the issues are, and his mom basically said that she felt like Courtney did not want to have a relationship with her, but Courtney told her that she made it hard for her, because when her and Justin first started dating, she asked Justin about another woman and where that woman was, and that like kind of left a bad taste in her mouth. That would leave a bad taste in anyone's mouth, in my opinion. So then she confronted his aunt about saying that Justin made a post on Facebook, and he said, I have a strong woman. And his aunt commented and said, you don't need a strong woman, you need a virtuous woman. So Tracy felt some kind of way about, not Tracy, I keep saying Tracy, Courtney felt some type of way about that. So she asked her about that, and she was saying that he needs to be the strong one. He's the man. He needs to be strong, and she just needs to have his back. And Courtney was like, well, I can be strong and virtuous. What's wrong with that? And so she just, they got nothing resolved at this cake testing. Okay. Justin says that Courtney can. He's cooking dinner with her family. He says that she can be controlling, and that he has stopped doing certain things because she doesn't want him to. And her family is asking him, like, why does he let her do that? He needs to have a backbone. If there are things that he wants to go out and do, he needs to do them and not worry about how Courtney feels or what Courtney says. Like, because she's gonna, if they continue to let, if he continues to let her treat him that way, she's gonna do it. They're at dinner and Justin's mom asked about Courtney being controlling, and they started to have this conversation. He says that Courtney doesn't want him to go out and he doesn't spend as much time with his friends as he used to, and they feel like he should be more in charge than Courtney is. Courtney's dad told him that he should not be not going out with his friends. If he wants to go out with his friends, he should do that, and not let Courtney rule the whole relationship. They asked Courtney why she hasn't involved his mom in the wedding, and she said she felt like his mom didn't want to be in the wedding, be involved in the wedding, because she hasn't reached out and asked about anything about the wedding. His mom said that she has issues with the way that Courtney acts, and she felt like Courtney just doesn't like her, and when she came into her hospital room, she did not speak to her or anything like that. And Courtney said, well, I didn't hug you. And she said, well, I apologize, you may have hugged me, but you didn't say anything else after that. You were on your phone the whole time. So Courtney gets upset about this. She walks away. Her dad follows her out to go talk to her. Courtney believes that Justin is the problem because he is trying to keep everyone happy. And everyone is saying, it comes out that Justin is the common denominator of why all of these issues are going on, because he's basically playing both sides because he's trying to keep everybody happy. So Justin and Courtney talk, and he asks her how she feel about the events of the day. He has been, so basically Justin has been venting to his family, and this is the reason why they have such issues with Courtney, because of the things that he has said about Courtney to them. And this is the prime example of why you do not involve your family in your relationship. I've done it, and I wish I would have never done it. Okay, you do not involve your family in your relationship, no matter what, because at the end of the day, when you're venting to your family, you're mad, but then when you go back to be with that person, then your family, you done got over it, you done forgave your partner, but your family still remembers everything you said that person did to you, everything you said that person said to you, how that person hurt you, and your family is gonna hold on to those things. They are not going to be as forgiving as you, so you should not put your family in your relationship. She says that he should have communicated that things that he felt about her in the beginning of the relationship, instead of telling his mom how he felt. He should have been telling those things to Courtney. And I agree, he should have been telling those things to Courtney instead of to his mom. So they meet with Tracy again, and she asks him how the night went. And usually the first night always goes rough anyway. And Courtney feels like everyone is attacking her. Everyone is putting everything back on her, but no one's putting anything on Justin. Courtney has to talk to Justin's Aunt Pauline, and she has to talk to Justin's mother as well. And his aunt basically feels like Justin should lead and Courtney should follow, and she doesn't agree with that. But they have the conversation. They basically agree to disagree. They come to a common ground and they work it out. That's the end of that. They talked. And Courtney was saying how she sees how everybody had such a difficult time with her, because when she was talking to Justin's aunt, it's like she was looking in the mirror and she understands why people say the things that they say about her. So she kind of got a taste of her own medicine there, in a way. So Tracy feels like they should have more time together. They still have some things that they have to that are unresolved. So she sends them to a farm. At that farm, they go to pick strawberries. Justin and his mom are having a conversation. Justin says that he told her that he thought that she would reach out to Courtney after he gave her his mom Courtney's phone number, and she just said she didn't think that she should reach out and that Courtney should reach out, but you guys gotta kind of have to meet each other halfway. She basically feels like once Justin marries Courtney, he's not gonna be around for her as much, and he's just gonna leave her high and dry. And he said that's not the case. But she said when a man finds a woman, he clings to his wife and leaves everything else. And Justin says he's not going to do that because he loves his mom, so he's still going to be there for his mother. Courtney talks to Justin's mom and she apologized for her behavior the night before, and I like that. I like that she was a woman enough to apologize for that. Courtney wants to know where the breakdown is, and his mom tells her that in the beginning, Justin would tell her stuff, and Justin would tell her that Courtney was controlling, but she didn't get to know Courtney for herself. And that's what I was saying. You can't tell your family things about your partner because your family is looking at what you said and they're believing what you said and not trying to get to know the person. Justin basically does not know how to communicate because he has problems communicating with Courtney. He has miscommunication with his mother and his family. He needs to learn how to communicate, basically. So they are starting to build a relationship, and they realize everything has just been misunderstandings. In the final session with Tracy, you can tell that everyone is happy. These weights have been lifted off their shoulders. She said having those conversations that Courtney had with Justin's aunt and his mom helped her to get to where she is. That's what Courtney told Tracy. Tracy tells him that he has to share less about his relationship with his mom, and I totally agree with that. She tells him that he needs to get him some friends and talk to those friends instead of talking to his mom, and get some guy friends and get more than one, maybe 3, maybe 4, so you can have more than one opinion on how to deal with your relationship. Tracy believes that they will get unanimous blessings, but we shall see. So every episode they go around and ask everyone, do they have their blessings or not? They do it at the beginning of the episode, they do it at the end of the episode. So they basically went around the room and asked those questions. Everybody, like her family, unanimously, yes, you have our blessings, and they gave their reasons why. Got to Justin's side of the family, they told their reasons whether they would give the blessing or not, and his aunt said yes, his sister said yes, and then his mom had to give this long drawn out speech of how she felt at the beginning and how she felt now, but it's okay. And so they basically, everybody unanimously, they gave their blessings to Justin and Courtney, and they got married on September 19th of last year. So another couple married. Like, I feel like every couple this season so far, well, the second half of this season so far, have gotten married. And I'm so happy for them. I just hope everything works out. But yeah, that was the end of this episode. That's it for this episode. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already done so, and hit that notification bell. If no one else tells you that they love you, Arsharae loves you. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you. Bye.